So whenever you were talking about values specifically,
Hmm.
um, you mentioned market value
Hmm.
and equitable value.
Right.
What are those and what is the difference?
Oh, well, that's the thing is a lot of people focus on what is my house worth because those are the terms that the appraisal district has dictated to you when they sent you a value notice. Is this is the subject. We're talking about your market value.
Okay.
So the equitable value is the other thing, and that's not really so much what your house will sell for. The equitable value is going to be how are you appraised in relation to other properties. So, if you are appraised at $100,000 and your neighbor has a very similar property to yours, and I know that's pretty small potatoes nowadays for homes. I don't know if you can buy much for 100,000, but
No.
I can remember when. Uh, but let's say your neighbor is at $90,000,
Hmm.
you might have a problem with unequal appraisal, and so the value that we're shooting for is an equitable value. It is what is that value that brings you in line with other people if other people are lower than you.
Okay.
And we always look at it on a per square foot basis. So maybe the 100,000 and 90,000 comparison is not really great. Maybe the better comparison is you're at $100 per square foot and they're at $90 per square foot,
Hmm.
and with very little difference in the properties. That lets you know that something's wrong.
Oh, okay.
And so, but that's what we're going to attack both of those. Market value first. Let's establish that. Now let's look at unequal appraisal. What would that equitable value look like? Because the equitable value is the most important one. If you are market value $100,000 and they just hit it perfect, and that is your market value, um, but you can establish an unequal appraisal between you and several other properties, and it should be, say, maybe everybody else is at that $90 a square foot, then that's what counts. That is the one. So you, by law, and the courts have said, you get the lowest value of the two.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that's nice to know.
yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry. That was a very wordy way to get to that. You get the lowest value,
Oh, that's nice.
but that's what we're shooting for.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, that's really the difference between the equitable value and the market value. And there's just different ways that we go about determining both of those. And there are things that your average homeowner just isn't going to know
Yeah.
how to argue or how to do it.